Okay. Hello again, everybody. This is Cheryl Abram, and this is Person-Centered Cyber. So today we are going to talk about the resume that got me my first job. And we're going to talk about what a resume is, okay? Because 99.9% of the population has no idea what it really is, okay? All right, I'm on my laptop today, so, I'm adjusting and all of this, all right? All right, so let's get started here. Now, we're gonna look at the written, what we typically think of as the resume. We're gonna look at that first. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen with y'all. Share screen, this one. I don't know how, let me see, let me make that a little bigger so y'all can see that better. That's a lot better. Okay, so I work in cyber strategy and policy, okay? And I came from learning and development. So 16 years in learning and development, but also writing training policy for organizations, for managers, supervisors, and executives, okay? For the executive agencies. So that's what you're going to see on here, plus, volunteer work and stuff, okay? So when my current employer got my resume, this is exactly what they saw, all right? Some highlights, things that I did well, that I do well, like organizational development, curriculum design, compliance, leadership, executive development, and policy. Okay, now I did look at the job announcement, okay, before I turned this in, just to be sure the things I did matched what they were looking for this cyber position now, okay? Now, at the time, I was volunteering to create a cybersecurity curriculum for boys in Prince William County for this nonprofit organization, okay? Hi, L Style. And this is what I was doing. I designed the curriculum, me and my partner, created evaluation documents to evaluate the effectiveness of it, work with subject matter experts, because I didn't know anything about cybersecurity, so I have to work with somebody, to get their expertise in there so I can then design the whole thing, okay? So that's what I was doing, collecting and analyzing data and all that, okay? Now, while I was volunteering, I also was working as a lead evaluator, okay, at the Federal Executive Institute. Okay, now I only did that for a year, but while I was there, I worked with the Office of Management and Budget to help create an evaluation plan for the Cybersecurity Reskilling Academy that the CIO Council in government had set up, okay, trying to reskill and upskill individuals to move into IT and cybersecurity positions in the government, all right? So that was my experience while I was there. But I also did a lot of L&D, learning and development, like that's what it was, okay, to try to make courses better and have more impact for organizations, okay? Now, before that, this is where I spent the most time as a policy writer and talent and organizational development person, okay? Now, look at some of the things that I did. Authored. I write very well, very, very well. Okay, so I authored a lot of things, all right? And I designed, you see the word design there. I designed new things and I consulted with various people, all right, to find out what they needed. I was a speaker. I used to go to all kinds of conferences to speak there about learning and development, okay? I was also a trainer. Now, again, this is the resume that the individual who worked in the Cybersecurity Strategy and Policy Office saw, okay? And that helped to lead to, me getting that position. I was also an adjunct faculty now I have a degree in social work, right? So I would supervise individuals. I never had a man, but mostly ladies, women, who were going to be social workers. Okay, so when I was in school, I had to have a supervisor when I did my practicum. So it was the same thing. They would come to OPM to do their practicum, and I would supervise them. Okay. I came into government as a PMF, a Presidential Management Fellow. Okay, which is a 2-year intern. Okay, and I started at the General Services Administration. Okay, now let's look at my education. I have 2 master's degrees, one in social work, another in quality systems management, a bachelor's in social work, of course, and my Presidential Management Fellows. There's nothing here about cybersecurity or IT. You see that, right? There's not one thing here about that, okay? These are my certifications that the hiring manager saw. I have a management of value from Axelos, Prince 2, which is project management, Scrum, certified digital marketing, marketing research, certified negotiation associate. Now, what I didn't put on here at the time was my CYSA, but by the time I went in for the interview, I had attained my CYSA, okay? And I let them know that. So let me tell you though, so I stopped working in November of last year. November 8th of 2019 was my last day on the job. My first interview with this company was in February. Okay, so what is that? December, January. That's 3 months after I stopped working. Okay. Okay, so, and these are my certificates: design thinking, program management, coaching, ITIL. I had a certificate in ITIL, not the certification. Enterprise risk management, and this stuff was for my leadership development and training things. Okay, that's why I took these. Even the ITIL, I saw the value in ITIL, and I was like, man, we can use this in learning and development. This is awesome, right? So that's why I moved forward with taking that training. Okay, and my memberships, I have several memberships: Society of American Value Engineers, Federal Enterprise Risk Management, Association for Talent Development at SEA. I want to have that on here twice. Federal Enterprise Risk Management, okay? And my publications. I've written a whole bunch of stuff, okay? So the first one is an article about cybersecurity. Is Prince 2 related to the ITIL certification? Yeah, it's in the same family. So there's Prince 2 Foundation and Prince 2 Practitioner, okay? And I looked at PMP as to try to see if I can get that project management certification. And it was I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that because PMP is like a whole bunch of best practices almost, right? Where Prince 2 is an actual method. It's like, this is what you do first, that's what you do second, this is how you do, like that, right? It's very easy to follow, okay? And you don't need all those prerequisites like you do for PMP, okay? So I love my Prince 2. I use it all the time. So it's great. But yes, it is in the same family as all the ITILs, okay? Jason Dion has courses in both. Yes, he does. What else? Unlearning evaluation. This is in TD Magazine, something that I have there. My book, Longing to Learn. I have an article in the ATD Talent Management Handbook, Executive Onboarding Magazine, and some other stuff. Okay. So that's all for what we typically see as a resume. Now, let me tell you why I say that. The same way a presentation is not just PowerPoint slides, okay, is the same way a resume is not just what I showed you, okay? A resume is more than that. So let me show you what it is, okay? So it's what I just showed you, plus, I gotta share my screen again, okay? Share screen. Which one? This one. All right. So this is so what I'm going to show you now is the other things that are included in a resume. Okay. Other than that paper that I just showed you. It's everything you do related to the job you're trying to get, or business you're trying to create, or a connection you're trying to make. Okay. It's the social proof that you know what the hell you're talking about. Okay. And that you're sharing that with other people. All right. So this first thing is my Cyber Salama blog. All right. Cybersalama.blogspot.com. I have just articles that I've written in here about what I see and my take on cybersecurity. Okay. Whether it's dealing with policy or not. Okay. Here I talk about what cyberspace is. Okay. The CIA triad, I ask, is it outdated? I think it is. I think we need to do something more with it. Okay. Because the world has changed since those things are created. Diverse cybersecurity team is your best defense and offense. All right. Something else that I wrote. Okay. So this is one thing. It's my blog, social proof. Another thing is I created a cybersecurity portfolio to show the work that I've been doing in this area. It's in desperate need of updating because I've done a lot of things, but I have programming, hardware, blockchain, certifications, and security. Okay. And on each of these pages, I have what I'm doing, the things I'm learning, and the things I'm creating. Okay. I have a Twitter account as well. That's same as this channel. It's called Person Centered Cyber. Okay. If you're not following me on Twitter, please get there. And here again, I share articles. I share my opinions. I have 96 followers. I'm following 237 people. Okay. Here, this is the Cyber Institute website. This is my article, The Need for Diversity and Equivalence in Cybersecurity. Okay. So I submitted this article to them. They posted it. More social proof. Okay, that I'm out here. I'm doing things. I'm sharing. I'm asking for opinions and more social proof. Here is the organization I volunteer for. Okay, when I talked about earlier how I help create the curriculum. Okay, the curriculum, it's called Cyber's Future, which is a name that I made up. Okay, thank you. It's very nice. And this is Dr. Phillips. He was on with me a couple nights ago. Okay, so we work together for a lot of things. And this is our program. Okay, we have foundational knowledge, technical skills, soft skills, challenges, certifications, cyber portfolio, and continued learning for the boys in the program. Okay, these are the outputs. These are the things that they create, including a portfolio, certificates and badges, lab reports, and these are the outcomes of the training. Okay, obtain experience, internships, and jobs. Okay, and this is for the overall program, right? Okay, so this is how is this going to benefit the nonprofit? How is it going to benefit the community? Okay, and this is a breakdown of the things that we do. Some of the things that we do. Okay. Orientation, programming, operating systems, hardware, software, cloud, and then we have a graduation. Okay, and these can be, yeah, so there's like a little description of each of these under there. Okay, and some of the main activities that they do. All right, here they research, attack, and repair vulnerabilities, maintain secure operating systems, create ethical hacking report, collaborate with others to repair hardware vulnerabilities, participate in virtual escape room. I think I mentioned the virtual escape room that we created, the cybersecurity escape room, and interview cyber professionals. Okay, so that's my resume. All of those things that I showed you, that's my resume. Plus, what's not on here is your networks. I used my networks like I had never used networks before. Okay, when I quit my last job. And I'm telling you, all of these things together, every single one, got me in that interview 3 months after I quit my job. Okay. As a social worker and an HR specialist. Okay. Which is what my formal title was. Okay. My first job with Booz Allen Hamilton as a cybersecurity policy writer and strategist. Okay. All those working together, right? And because I know that this works, and not just with me, with other people, I know that this resume works. I have created a course called Resume Plus. Okay. Get noticed, known, and selected before the interview. I had the job before I went on the interview. They just wanted to see my face. Okay. And I'm very serious about that. Okay. So I am creating this course, Resume Plus, so that I can share with you all of the things that I did. Okay. To get where I am right now. All right. What can one do if they only have certs without a college degree? You can do everything I just said. Okay. Every single thing I just said. Because there's things, they're not secret, but they're just things that people don't share with you, when it comes to getting employment. Okay. And I'm going to share those things with you. I'm going to share those things with you in this course. It will be ready next month. Okay. I am very serious about getting this done. It's going to be ready next month, and it's not going to be like, we come in there and we correct the spelling on your resume. No, that's not. Okay. That's why it's called Resume Plus, because it's a lot more than that. Okay. It's a lot more than that. So I'll give y'all more detail later, but that's my resume. Like, that's the thing that I'm still building up. And some of these things are weighed more than others. Okay. If you don't have one, you're going to have to double up on another. Right. So it's a whole strategy to it, right? That we're going to work on. We're going to work on your strategy, and we're going to get you positioned in a way where you have opportunity and access. That's what it is. Opportunity and access. That's really what's missing from people. Opportunity. They don't have they're there. They have all the talent and all the whatever, but nobody sees them. Nobody knows them. Okay. And if nobody sees and knows you, how are you going to get that opportunity and then have that access to get to the next level or step of wherever you're trying to get to? Okay. So that's my purpose here. Okay. To show you my complete holistic resume, again, which is more than just the paper, that we talk about, and to get you where you want to be, whether that's hired with an employer or if you're trying to start your own business. Okay. Because let me tell you, if you're not on my Patreon, we're reading a book right now called The End of Jobs, where the author is like, listen, just because jobs have been available for years and years, that don't mean it's going to stay that way. And if you look around at technology and all this stuff, you know that it won't. Okay. So I will let y'all know when this course is done. And for those of you who are subscribers, I don't know. I'm gonna have to see how I'm going to do that, because I want to do something special for you since you're here, and you're very supportive, and I really appreciate that. Okay. All right. So that's all I have for today. That is my resume. Please, if you have not yet subscribe to the channel. If you're watching the replay, if you're in the bushes and just not saying anything, thank you for being here too. I really do appreciate you. And I'll see you here next time. Okay. Bye.